Okay, I've been in and I have moved my nodes for up here, and I've got a couple of little peeky-boos coming down there, but that's okay. And I've also done the same for this outline. So let's go back into normal, and we'll go and we'll pick up the column tool. I'm going too quick for myself there. We're going to pick up my run line tool. Now I know I finished my run line just there. And I'm going to pick up that tool again because I don't like starting up here. And I'm going to drop a node on top of that red node and bring myself down to about here. So I drop 1, 2. And that gives me a nice little run up to approach the top up here. It's always easier to approach a corner than it is to start on it. That's better. So I tell that generate stitches. And I want that in blue. And I think this is the default blue. I'll soon find out. Yeah, it looks the same. And then go and pick up this tool. Now, this tool, I want my density to be 4.5. Okay. I want my sample to be a straight up and down with a node in it. And that's number 9. I want my pull comp to be 4. Okay. I don't want any maximum random broadening, that's feathering. I want the auto select. Actually, no, I don't. I want zigzag. And I don't really want edge. It's a large shape, and over a long distance it can pull in and leave my edge runs out in the cold air. I want cover stitch. I don't particularly want auto shortening. I want perpendicular stitches and I want auto corners. So I come back over to this side and I set the width. There's no width in here now. I set the width with how I lay my nodes. Now it doesn't matter where I lay my first node, as long as it's around here somewhere, because I'm going to get a jump. Because embird doesn't seem to know if the first node is the first node or the second node or what. It will still give me a jump. So I lay my first node that side, and I lay my second node this side. And I'm going to increase the magnification because I like to see what I'm doing. And then pick up my little angle again. My little node symbol gives me back my tool. And I want that to be straight across. Last node highlighted is on the inside. So I have to come up to the outside. And I click into the needle point of this side. I click just beyond the needle point of this side. I want it a little bit wider than 2 mils, because 2 millimeters actually is very narrow, and I've got a center node, which means I'm going to have a double line. So I want to be certain that that double line can cope. I moved that node so that it's a nice angle, a nice smooth curve, and then I come across and I drop a node a bit further across than that, and just smooth that up a bit. Now I'm using option B, and I like option B because it lets me see exactly where my stitching angles are going to be. There's no guesswork. Now this was my last node laid, so I have to come up on this side, and that's a little bit high up, and I thought I'd moved these in enough, so I'm going to actually come in a bit because I'm losing a little bit too much of my shapes this side. And I'm going to do the same here. And just there. So you might wonder, why on earth did she bother putting in a guide? Well, as I said earlier, I can't judge width to save my life. You tell me create a gap of 2 inches. I don't know what 2 inches is. You tell me that my car can get into a space, and I'll take one look at that space and I'll know it's not as long as my car. So I'm one of those people who actually pulls their shoulders in as they go under an arch. Sad, isn't it? Then I can drop this one just below that and just curve this one down a bit. Now I know it looks enormously wide on here, but it isn't. Don't forget, this is very magnified. That little square in there only measures 1 millimeter. This bigger one measures 2 millimeters. Okay, that was last one. So I want to put a node up here. Curve that down a bit. That was my last node. And then put a node up here. It needs to come up there a bit more. Now, my next node, and this is where it gets a bit sticky-itis, has to be almost directly under this one. So let's go and pick up that. See, if I drop it down here, opposite that one, I stand a very good chance of not getting it, but I did. Don't you hate it when a program makes a fibber of you? Lift you up a little bit, lift you down a little, lift you up a little. There we go. And I think that was the last node laid. And then just continue like that. Now, I want to make certain that I don't have any of this blue line showing. So, just bring that down like that.